Hey everybody, it's Fighter Callus, and let me see if I can just get you to watch the rest of the video by saying just the most hyperbolic things like the Marvel Universe is ending, and Devil May Cry 5 most definitely confirmed, and what else? Demon Souls is ending, and therefore Dark Souls will never continue, and all these out and out lies. Did I say hyperbolic? I meant I was gonna lie completely too. Oh man. Hope you have fun this episode, and join us on Twitch. I say it a bunch. Twitch.tv/GameRivers on December 7th with my buddies, and we got some announcements on that day. And I'm working on another animation, I guess, if you can barely call it animation, but I'm working on one, and it should show up before Christmas. Depends on what else. I'm also trying to do a manga for a competition. I'm actually not trying to win. I just want to have Masashi Kishimoto read it and just to say, hey, Kishimoto read my manga. Alright guys, see you next week. Watch this stuff first though, of course. Yeah, you're just gonna hear that laugh and then into the news. So while you guys might have had a good Thanksgiving, the folks over at Gazillion behind the Marvel Heroes MMO game aren't having such a great one. Just before Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving, the whole studio was shut down and everyone was laid off on Thanksgiving Eve. Multiple former employees have taken to Twitter to announce it, saying that, quote, Disney's decision to end its relationship with the developer. Disney says on their own, we regret to inform our Marvel Heroes fans that we have ended our relationship with Gazillion Entertainment and that the Marvel Heroes game will be shut down. We would like to sincerely thank the players who joined the Marvel Heroes community and will provide any further updates as they become available. Making matters worse, ex-Gazillion staff are reporting they haven't been paid their severance or their PTO and that their medical insurance will end next week, which is this week. So that's lovely, Disney. You just took food right out of people's mouths and even canceled their health insurance. That's, man, jeez. Yeah, whether or not I never played the game at all, but that's, man, I mean, at least pay them their severance and, you know, do things right. Don't just cut them off and just leave them out to hang them out to dry. That's kind of that's messed up. But oh well. And the Marvel news doesn't end, by the way. So it seems the Avengers 4, whatever Avengers 4 is going to be called, they said they won't even release the title because it's a spoiler, the title itself. It says that Avengers 4 is going to be the end to pretty much almost everything. It's a finale. Kevin Feige says it is a definite finale. Character exits from the MCU confirmed. Quote from Vanity Fair. After Avengers 4, an ambitious multi-franchise crossover movie slated for release in 2019, at least some of the original characters who sit at the center of the billion-dollar Avengers team will be hanging up their capes and shields. This partially has to do with the fact that contracts are expiring on actors like Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, and Chris Evans. It also has to do with the fact that some of these have been doing it for 10 years, and it's time to freshen things up. Bob Iger says, we're looking for worlds that are completely separate, geographically or in time, from the worlds that we've already visited. It's unclear who we'll be saying goodbye to at the end of Avengers 4, but Scarlett Johansson seems to suggest she may or may not be on the outs. I feel a lot of joy for the next generation, she said. It's a bittersweet ending, but a positive one. And Marvel Studios says Avengers 4, he said, will bring... Feige, by the way, Kevin Feige says this. Avengers 4, he said, will bring things you've never seen in superhero films. A finale. There will be 2 distinct periods. Everything before Avengers 4 and everything after. I know it will not be in ways people are expecting. And that's a scam call, so don't worry about that. These are unedited. You're going to hear that. I forgot to lower the volume on my phone. And that was a scam call because it had the same... if you guys don't know, like, you've seen these scammers. They call with the same number as you. You know, it's like, yeah, I know I'm not calling myself. Come on. Where was I? Yeah. Avengers 4, everything he said, everything after and everything before. I mean, it's a DC-ism, but it's kind of like pre and post-crisis, you know? I guess they're trying to do that kind of thing. There's pre-crisis and post-crisis. Well, here's pre-Avengers 4 and post-Avengers 4. So, we don't know who we're going to say goodbye to, but there's definitely going to be a huge change-up after Avengers 4, to the point where they're saying that Avengers 4 is the finale of the Marvel Universe as we know it. I don't know what's going to happen after that. None of the Guardians of the Galaxy were mentioned as being expiring on their contract, so who knows, maybe something with them, we have no idea. But, very interesting. I wonder what we're going to see. Let me know in the comments. Please, thank you. So I was able to catch this news, like, right when I started recording. Demon Souls, the servers are shutting down. On February 28th, Sony Entertainment and Atlas announced that Demon Souls will shut down. And, yeah, Atlas said, quote, "It's with mixed emotions we say goodbye to the service. Countless players have enjoyed Demon Souls, and the functionality introduced to players when such things were rarer." And so now it's the thing, like, well, what do we do with the online part? You know, you can't play anymore. So you can still play offline with the game. The game mixed online and offline parts, but the offline part being shut down. I mean, what's gonna happen? You know, like how it's gonna be a almost like a neutered version of the game you're gonna get if you start playing it after February 28th next year. So I guess get in those last few times with the game, make some good memories of the game while you can. Because February 28th, it's going to be a much different experience. Or just get, you know, the new games. And Bloodborne while you're at it. So, there's that. But no, it really is, because, you know, when you think about, you know, preserving games and all that, like, now you have to, I mean, some old Dreamcast games have servers still that are fan-made. Who knows? Maybe that's some people will do that for this. I don't know, but yeah, officially, it's gonna be dead online February 28th. All right, so at an event about the Final Fantasy trading card game, the World Finals or World Championship, whatever it is, they had a interview with Shinji Hashimoto. And in it, you know, they were mostly talking about the card game, but at the end, he was asked about the Final Fantasy, you know, video games, and he mentioned that next year, their work let me quote him, "Next year will be the 31st year, because this year is actually the 30th anniversary for Final Fantasy, and our teams are busy working on new titles. Next year will be a big one and will bring exciting new Final Fantasy games to the world." Earlier on in that interview, he mentioned having a big soft spot for Final Fantasy VII and loving Cloud, and also having an equally big soft spot in his heart. Did I say soft spot or soft spot? Soft spot in his heart for Squall of Final Fantasy VIII, because it is the first Final Fantasy game that he was the producer for during the whole production of the game from beginning to release. So who knows? I'm making no secret, Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite one. So 8 coming out. What I'm gonna assume about 8 is that 8 will be the same thing like 7, where people got excited that he was announcing the remake for 7, and it was just a re-release on PS4. I'm gonna assume they're gonna do that with 8. You know, just re-release it, and also they're probably gonna they've got to have more for Final Fantasy VII remake. Be revealed. I'm not sure about a demo straight up, but something more. Final Fantasy 15's DLC, expansions to Final Fantasy 14, maybe a next world of Final Fantasy game, which I wouldn't mind, because sometimes, hey, I have a soft spot for adorable, cute games, especially after, let's say, like I did this Thanksgiving weekend. I binge watched The Punisher on Netflix, and yeah, sometimes you need something to sort of counteract all that, like, you know, if you're, you know, watching Hellsing or something, Sometimes you need something to counteract, you know? Just me. Um, so hopefully next year we hear some good things about Final Fantasy. So for my final story, I've got Devil May Cry news, and this news is kind of, it's not verified, but on Reset Era, the the original poster for this news, before his post, Ahmad puts, the OP approached us asking to post this information, and we found enough reason to allow it. We'd like to make it clear that this is not an endorsement. The staff cannot verify that all contents of this leak are accurate, and the original poster, the OP, accepts full responsibility, and they even agreed to take a permanent ban if this turns out to be untrue. So, spoilers ahead, I guess. This guy risks being permabanned if this is untrue. So, Hideaki Itsuno's secret project for Capcom is the sequel to the original Devil May Cry, the 5th installment. It appears to be called Devil May Cry 5 internally, instead of using the standard numeric systems of the previous games. You know, they're using the Roman numeral V for 5 instead of the Arabic number 4 or 5. The game is slated to release sometime during the fiscal year of 2019. It was intended to be announced at PSX, but after receiving feedback on the E3 press conference, Sony decided to scale back on PSX and instead scale up. Oh god. So you're gonna have 2 disappointing shows this year, huh, Sony? I'm not staying up to watch PSX then. DMC 5 was an unfortunate casualty of this choice, and thus it's unlikely that DMC 5 gets officially revealed in 2017. There will be a demo sometime before release. Trailer has been ready for a while now. There's some form of PlayStation exclusivity involved. Sony is paying for some of the funding, but how much of the funding is not known. Could be completely exclusive, or just a timed exclusive. Itsuno is confirming that it's the people who worked on previous Devil May Cry games and Dragon's Dogma. They're coming back. Yuji Shimomura is returning as cutscene. Ruben Langdon is still Dante. Johnny Young Botch is still Nero. Dan Southworth is still Virgil. No word if Trish and Lady will be returning. They're actresses. And the person who did the song for Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition launch is doing the soundtrack, or helping contribute to the soundtrack for Devil May Cry 5. Actually, big spoilers here, so you know, you can click off and give me a like and subscribe still, but you can click off right here if you don't want to hear, and go to twitch.tv/thegameriffers. Twitch.tv/thegameriffers if you're not sticking around, because that's what you're gonna see at the end. Is the promo for our stream on December 7th. But anyways, DMC 5 picks up after DMC 4. More than 1 playable character, Dante for sure, Nero possible, up to 3 playable characters have been suggested, maybe Virgil. This is the most serious Dante has been. A new side of Dante, of course, not counting DMC 2. A 3rd character is expected to be playable as well, said to be very powerful, may or may not be brand new. No word on whether it's Virgil. Trish has a big role to play. A sequence where Nero and Virgil have a confrontation confirming their relationship. Nero is in fact Virgil's son, as stated in the DMC 3142 art book. Characters switch during key points in the game, like 4. The Prince of Darkness is featured as the main antagonist. Prince of Darkness usually refers to Mundus, so it might indicate his return, but it may be a new character who took the title. And DMC 5 might end the Sons of Sparta storyline. Hard lock-on is standard. Console is targeted for 60 frames per second. Better be. More open level design. No stamina bar. This is not a Musou game, but there will be a encounter you're facing more enemies than you are used to in DMC. Level design is more similar to Bayonetta, with set pieces thrown in, but without QTEs. No multiplayer, but some online integration. Dodge is reworked. Camera pulls back during big fights. Animations are being improved. Mission and ranking similar to previous games. Bosses being ramped up. Style system is in for Dante. Enemies will react a bit differently to each style. Style has been streamlined. Certain styles will have advantages in certain enemies, similar to DMC. The the one you guys like to make fun of. You guys, like, it's like all my listeners. I apologize for that. The ones that some salty fans of the Ninja Theory game call Dante, that one, and DMC 3. More environment interactivity than the previous DMC game, and it's not open world, but definitely has a larger world. So yeah, still nothing. I guess people are like, oh, nothing after 2 because 2 was so bad, but you know, you could have made something after 2 that was better than 2. It doesn't, just because it's after 2 doesn't make the. Oh well, but then again, you know, they really should close up on this, have closure on the story from 4 with Nero and Virgil, and you know, confirm all this stuff. So yes, the time has come, and so have I. That is the actual song. Go listen to old DMC soundtracks after you watch this video. Just go do it. Well, alright, I'm Fighter Kaos. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and all that jazz, and join me and my friends on twitch.tv/thegameriffers. The promo will be after this on December 7th, and hopefully we'll have some fun there, and we've got big announcements. We've got some big announcements and some changes coming for next year, so that's why we want you to watch the stream. The Game Awards nobody cares about. We usually stream during the Game Awards to make fun of it and to do all this important stuff because we know nobody actually cares about the Game Awards. So, hope to see you then. Thanks again.
Hey there gamers, it's your friendly neighborhood Double RPG here, and I have a special announcement just for you. Myself and my friends 16-Bit Jeff and Fighter Kaos of the Game Riffers are hosting our own live stream where we give our reactions to the 2017 The Game Awards by the Dorito Pope himself, Jeff Keighley. If you follow us on the Game Riffers and probably wonder if doing this live stream is exactly what we did during the press conferences at E3 every year, then you would be right. However, this event in particular is where we get serious with our antics and riffs, since the Game Awards usually has an identity crisis that gets so many people pissed off. We also are not sure if we'll cover PlayStation Experience, but Double RPG will cover it on his YouTube channel if we don't agree to do one for the Game Riffers. If you would like to know where to find us and when you can join in on our festivities, then fear no further as we got you covered. The 2017 The Game Awards by Jeff Keighley will happen on December 7th, 2017 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. But the Game Riffers will go live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, just 30 minutes before the show kicks off. We will be going live at that time on our Twitch page, and you can find us at twitch.tv/thegameriffers. That's where we always do our live streams on an event such as this, and you can guarantee that more shenanigans, live stream button noises from me, and massive hilarity and seriousness will be all over the place. Oh, and if you are familiar with our content and follow us during these times when we live stream, then you'll want to stick around as we have a big announcement that will give insight on the future of the Game Riffers going forward. We are very excited about this announcement, and you should be too. Either way, here's an outline of the event happening in December, and be sure to join us as we'll chat with you all, answer your questions about an event such as this, or other things in relation to gaming, or to just come on over and say hi. Be sure to join us for this time, as the Game Riffers are going to have another jam-packed extravaganza. Until then, we'll see you on December 7th when we go live during the time of the Game Awards that is hosted by Jeff Keighley. This is Double RPG signing off by saying Godspeed and game on, gamers. Peace out!